everyone, it's me, JP, and I'm here in my apartment in Shanghai. And I'm wearing the new jacket that I just picked up. It's tailored, of course, because everything's tailored here. Never had anything fitted before. Well, I mean, I had tuxes fitted. Altered. I've had them altered. But this is the first time I've had actually my own jacket. It's fits in my measurements. It's kind of snug. Looks pretty slick. Anyway, I'm having some problems uploading pictures the way I like to upload them. So I just thought I would put them into this video. So here you go. You ready? So here's a picture of right outside the fabric market. They've got yellow fabric down on the sidewalk, and they're just selling stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Here's a picture of a menu I took because I'm tired of only being able to read one or two things on a menu. And even though those one or two things are the only things that I really eat, I'd love to be able to read the whole menu. So that's I take a picture of a menu and then I will study it later. Okay, now here's a picture of a skewer. It's a lamb barbecue lamb skewer, and it's delicious. It's 2 kwai, and I can get skewers on Hefei Lu for just 1 kwai. But if I go out to the neighborhood where my hotel was, where I first stayed here in Shanghai, you can get lamb for 2 kwai, and you're like, 2 kwai? I can get it for 1 kwai. But this is really good, and I think it's meatier. I think the skewers are meatier. And so you see my lamb skewer in the foreground. In the background, you see where people are throwing their used wooden skewers. They're just putting them into the garbage. But sometimes they pile up, and being skewers, they kind of engineer themselves into a sculpture. So I just thought that was interesting. All right. No, so the other day I went with John and Leo to eat Peking duck, and here's a video of them slicing the Peking duck on the cart next to our table. Yum. Okay, here's a couple of pictures of these little pastries. They're filled with some kind of stuffing. I don't know what to call them. In Chinese, the Chinese people just call them jianxin, which doesn't help because it just means dim sum. They're little fried, flaky pastries. My favorite flavor is jiaoyan, which is salt, pepper, or spicy salt, which sounds gross. Actually, some people don't like it, but I like it. There's also like strawberry and pineapple, but I find those really sweet. Oh, here's the bad service restaurant. We call this restaurant BSR, bad service restaurant, because the service is really bad. Usually, when we go, I'm the one that calls the waitress over, because I just use my teacher voice. Because you call Fuyuan, Fuyuan, and they don't come. They don't come. So I do it louder, and I'm like, Fuyuan! And it echoes. You can hear it echoing off the room, off the walls and the ceiling, and they still don't come. So then I use my marching band voice. I'm like, Fuyuan! And everybody in the restaurant turns and looks, and nobody comes. They all turn and look. They're like freshmen. Okay, here's another picture of a menu, and a much simpler menu. All right, on this menu there's only 3 things. One of them is xiaolongbao, which is the soup dumplings. Okay, it's a little tight little dumpling, a little meatball in it, and soup. There's soup in it, and what they do is they roll it up, and when they cook it, the soup comes out of the meatball, and it's really soupy and delicious. Okay, they've also got xiao mai, which are little pinches of rice that's kind of fried in soy sauce, and I think it's pork flavored. And they also have some duck soup, which I don't eat. I like duck, I like soup, I'm not a fan of the duck blood cubes that they put in there, or the duck livers, or the duck heart. I'll eat duck liver when I'm in France, when it's foie gras, but I don't tend to like it in soup. Okay, these next little cakes are from the subway station. Well, just a block away from the subway station, just off Huangpin Anlu. And they're these fried little pastries that are stuffed with pork and cabbage, and they have a strong taste of Sichuan pepper, which is delicious. Now, I took this picture because I thought that maybe I would look up the characters later and find out the name of the thing, but the characters just basically say, pay here, pay outside, so didn't really help. This is the picture of the camote cart. Now, camote is like sweet potato, and some people call it yam, and people say there's a difference, and I don't know what it is, but here, roast sweet potatoes, and they roast them in these drums, these gasoline drum ovens. I don't know how to describe it, but they're on this cart, and they just put them in there with some coals, and they pull them out, and they smell like candy. It's delicious. I've never had one, but I know when my mom comes to visit, that's all she'll want to eat. They also have roast corn. Okay, I have a few other pictures. I took them on the subway today. In the subway, there's a whole bunch of rules, okay? So here's a picture. Here's a picture of the no smoking sign. Okay? It says no smoking. There's a picture of a cigarette and then a no smoking. Here's a sign for no littering. You can obviously see there's a man littering, and the circle slashes through that. Here's a picture for no exploding suitcases. They don't want any suitcases that explode. All right. And here's no spitting. And I just thought I just thought that the picture was funny. There's that. Okay. Now here's another one I saw. This is actually inside the subway, and it's printed inside the door. Okay. And obviously it's danger, crippling erections. All right. And do you get it? Neither do I. All right, y'all. So I'll see you next time.